David, we will receive a few of price target upgrades on Nvidia the following week. OPCO travels to 175. And according to this article, David, I know you enjoy anything from the journal. They will be releasing processors specifically designed for humanoid robots in the first part of next year. Yes, you know, I still maintain my focus. Jim, I believe that many individuals are. You dismissed it outright yesterday, which might have been the appropriate thing to do. But these big language models might not be developing as fast as their developers had hoped. Jim, I'm not sure why you're there with your phone. I'm reading about the tech leaders in Indonesia. David, Jensen's address in Indonesia last night was excellent. You must read it. The Indonesian initiative was a great success, and they are discussing the necessity of investing a significant amount of money in Indonesia for the state-owned company that they plan to establish in order to expand on Blackwell. I'm gazing at images of my wife and the fruit she sent me from Paris, but you could believe I'm looking at my phone. No, you're not referring to Nvidia AI, which I am. You see, I don't know, you're occupied with Ben Affleck. How is he doing? What did he do most recently? You discuss asterisk, the town asterisk. That's what I discuss. His performance is excellent. The choice of asterisk, the town asterisk was excellent. He is now filming another one in Bonn, New Jersey. Yes, another. The idea sounded really intriguing. Listen to Ben and do your best. Yes, he's doing great. You're correct. The movie asterisk, the accountant asterisk, which I truly enjoy, is what I should be thinking of when I hear Jensen claim that artificial intelligence will democratize technology as the great equalizer. It had. Bernthal. Your favorite, Bernthal, by the way. But seriously, do you know if they are running out of data? As you've mentioned numerous times, Nvidia offers yet another significant chance to get a great deal more info. However, it's worth keeping an eye on the big language models. I believe I ran across your friend, Riz Ben Reitzes, yesterday. You adore Reitzes, don't you? Yes, he is a friend of mine. He was curious as to why I wasn't at your event. Yes, many people were curious as to why you didn't attend our event. Jim, it wasn't me. It was CNBC's Delivering Alpha. I wasn't. David, that's kind of inside baseball. We tend not to go there. But I will say, David, I wish you'd been there. Everyone wanted to know where I was. That's all I have then. Where is Jim? Being two places at once is impossible. With artificial intelligence, David, we should pay attention to the possibility that they could not have enough to train on, in my opinion. Recall Zuckerberg's statement during his conference call that Meta AI would be the most popular. And the reason for that is that he has training material. He has access to the belongings of almost 3.5 billion individuals. Additionally, I would like to let you know that if you Google, that is, if you are trying to get a response from Claude or ChatGPT, or an immediate analysis of someone who just provided a Disney earnings report, forget about it. They'll tell you, well, you know what, they don't. I was looking at the conference call yesterday when I received one that stated they don't report until November 17. They are far too mistaken. They are far too mistaken. They must therefore do it correctly. I am aware. Not even the newest and best are available there. They don't have Rubin. You need Rubin. No, they need Rubin. They do. That's what I say all the time. When you need Rubin, where is he? Zingerman is necessary. Well, David, you really need to follow Jensen's charm offensive. Country after country, podcast after podcast. He is simultaneously everywhere. Perhaps he is also an avatar. Comparable to what Andrew Sorkin and I did for Delivering Alpha yesterday, where we kind of presented our own avatars that we had previously made. Listen to it. Hello, this is Andrew. Don't call me Dave, even though my name is dated. Well said. And never ever call me Dave. Point taken. So, this is us now. Avatars, artificial intelligence. Me is almost as good as Squawkbox Me. But let's be honest, Squawkbox You isn't nearly as good as Squawkbox Me. Those were the golden years of Squawk. David, even your avatar is cutthroat. Those were completely computer-generated. That was we did go and have our voices and our head movements and our photos shot, but that wasn't us. That wasn't video. And that's the future, guys. Or, in fact, that's the present. You can tell it's still not quite capturing every emotion. Human emotion. Sort of in the way you inflect and the way you talk. But it's getting very close. But David, if you, let's say you ran a dictatorship, I don't know, like 1.4 billion people, I mean, just throwing it out there, and you wanted to be able to put people in prison, well, couldn't you just produce them saying anything against whatever government there would be? And then you say, hey, listen, I'm sorry, and toss away the key? I mean, can't you do that? That's frightening, Jim, but I hadn't considered it. However, it is conceivable. In terms of investment and impact, I believe that the field of artificial intelligence and the paradigm are still in their infancy. We shall, over the course of time, experience the productivity increases and the benefits. Right now, we're actually in the very early portions of investment. And that's still all the buildup, whether we talk about infrastructure build-out for data centers or power that's going to be needed to support artificial intelligence activities. CapEx is in its early days, and I think this has got lengthy, multi-year, certainly even multi-decade, potential in terms of its impact on productivity and investment. Therefore, I don't believe that we will be reaching our investment cap anytime soon. These remarks follow several recent reports from companies like OpenAI, Google, and Anthropic that raise doubts about whether or not the capabilities of generative AI are plateauing. Even so, a few hours ago, Sam Altman tweeted, quote, "There is no wall." All he said was that, and we can only speculate as to what he meant. But this might be it, isn't it? Despite some fears to the contrary, I suppose that innovation is moving forward at full speed. I suppose they were recognized on the Andreessen Horowitz podcast. Nvidia is back up. It has increased by 1.6%. I don't know what he was talking about, whether it meant to stay with Nvidia for a long time or something else entirely. Additionally, I mentioned this to Nelson Peltz since, as you may know, he makes investments in more traditional consumer businesses. We spent a lot of time discussing Unilever in particular, and he offered an intriguing comparison to other businesses that have been little more than shells that have failed to make effective use of technology. Therefore, when he examines brands, he looks at companies like Dove soap, which are always in demand, but also how they are leveraging this generation to drive marketing and generate productivity and efficiency. Thus, it truly serves as an analytical tool for all investors, even those who purchase equities unrelated to chips. Still. But precisely. Naturally, Andrew and David then displayed their avatars, demonstrating what is now feasible. In a year, who knows what will happen? In relation to Nvidia, next week we will receive our earnings. I received 3 intriguing stock calls today. Rage will go to 170. OPCO will go to 175. I would say that Deutsche is the lone net skeptic. They hold on to 115. They contend that this quarter's sales upside could not be as strong as it has been in previous quarters. Over the previous 5 quarters, the average revenue has looked at the figures. However, there has been something intriguing that I've been attempting to concentrate on. Last week, there was an information story. Additionally, I listened to Mark Andreessen and Ben Horowitz's podcast. It has nothing to do with that, even though it was done before the election. It was about, or at least they brought up the idea that, in a sense, the development of huge language models, especially at OpenAI, is sluggishly advancing from one model to the next. And the information in a story also talks about Orion. That's the future flagship model, I presume it's codenamed there. Its performance did exceed that of preceding versions, but the gain in quality was significantly smaller compared with the jump between ChatGPT 3 and ChatGPT 4. Naturally, those are the final 2 models.